Welcome to Transition Tuesdays for this Tuesday, July 4th, Independence Day 2023. I am your host, Russ Williams. I'm so glad you could be here today, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army. I know you could have been anywhere in this world today. I know you could have been anywhere in this world today, but you decided to be here with me, and I appreciate that. And more importantly, I appreciate you. So welcome, my friends, to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Man, we have an action-packed show once again, my friends, on this Independence Day, July 4th. But before I get started with the show, I always like to state my intentions. And my intentions is to give you the opportunity to laugh, smile, think, and engage in honest conversations about your transitions. So that's what we do here on Transition Tuesdays. That's what we do. So again, I am so ecstatic to see you guys once again. Man, I missed you guys. I really missed you guys from last week's show. I wasn't able to do last week's show. I had a civic duty to do. I was working the polls. We can talk about that some other time. But again, I missed you guys. I really missed you guys. So I'm so glad you guys are here today. I'm giving you guys a soul clap for making it. For making it today for Transition Tuesdays time. I appreciate you guys. I know you guys are probably chowing down on hamburgers, hot dogs, the whole nine. You know, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys being here too. I really do. I really do. And I really missed you guys. I missed you guys so much in a week's time. Man, oh man. But hey, let's talk about, this July 4th, man. And shout out to Independence Day. July 4th. You know what I normally do, and I do it every year, and I did it again this year. First off, I'm watching. If you guys have TV1, TV1 has the Marathon of Sanford and Son. So if you're a Red Fox fan, Damon Wilson, oh my God, all those guys, Rollo, everybody like that, check out, man, the marathon today, this July 4th, man. Check that out. So I've been doing that all day today. And I always do this, and I've been doing this probably the past 2-3 years right now so far. Each Independence Day, July 4th, I always tune in to the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. Now, I just tune in. I get a chance to see the pageantry, all the announcements. Joey Chestnut, I would imagine he won again. But again, I just like the introductions, and then I just promptly turn the screen because I cannot deal with the eating of those hot dogs. Oh my God, that's the most disgusting thing. I feel like I want to throw up when I'm watching that deal. That's why I don't watch it. You know, they're dipping water. They're dipping the hot dogs and the buns in water so it can go down easily. Oh my God, I can't do it. But I always like to watch the introductions and then I move on. So that's what I did today. So I would imagine Joey Chestnut won. I would imagine he did. So shout out to Joey Chestnut, the champion, overall eating champion. You know, I saw a cool 30 for 30 on that hot dog eating championship as well. That was pretty cool. And speaking of cool, we got Felicia from The Rock checking in on the check-in. What's going on, Felicia? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy 4th of July to you and your family as well, too. Man. So, guys, hey, I want to share this with you, and I want to, bring up today's topic to the Transition Army. So, if you guys haven't seen my post, I posted recently that I had a conversation with my idol, my basketball idol, Mr. Isaiah Lord Thomas III. I got a chance to have a mini conversation with that young man, a basketball Hall of Famer. The reason why I wear number 11. See that number 11 there? Isaiah Thomas is the reason why I wore number 11 in college. I would have worn it in high school, but this jersey was too small. So shout out to my guy, Charlie Stanley, who wore number 11. I wore number 22. I had to double up. You know what I mean? That's what I had to do. But let's get back to Isaiah Thomas, the conversation. Shout out to Sway in the Morning. Sway in the Morning show. Featuring Sway, Heather B, Tracy G. This is all on Sirius XM. I recommend each and everybody, hey, get a subscription to Sirius XM. Again, I'm not endorsing Sirius XM. I don't get paid for endorsing them, but I enjoy it. I enjoy the 400 plus channels, different celebrities, the whole nine. It's some great informative stuff there, everything from politics to religion to sports. They got it all on Sirius XM. So I was able to call in the show, Sway in the Morning, and Isaiah Thomas was on there. And man, I listened to the interview. I was on hold for an hour, but I felt I had to be on hold, and I had to talk to Isaiah Thomas. I just had to, because I shared the story about how I fell in love with I remember the time I fell in love with Isaiah Thomas's game. Me being a baller, me being a player at that time, basketball player at that time. I remember, I'll never forget, it was 1981. Isaiah Thomas from the University of Indiana beats Al Wood. That was the featured guy, North Carolina that year. The Tar Heels beat them. And again, it was on for me. When I saw Isaiah Thomas, that number 11, Philadelphia Spectrum, winning that national championship, I was hooked on this guy's game. This guy can never do wrong. This guy was, man, that was fit for me. Then I had an opportunity to actually meet Isaiah Thomas in person when I attended the Eastern Invitational Basketball Camp. Now, that was in Jersey. Now, the ballers out there, you probably heard about that camp. It was a great camp in the Northeast. Eastern Invitational Basketball Camp, sponsored by Converse. And as we know, Isaiah Thomas, Magic, Bird, all those guys was Converse guys. They came to talk to the campers. I'll never forget Isaiah Thomas. Wasn't a tall guy. He had long arms, and really big thighs. I remember that with that guy, Isaiah Thomas. So I got a chance to meet him in person. Yeah, never got a chance to meet him, but I got a chance to see him in person as he talked to us campers about, opportunities, about the hard work it takes to put in. You got to put in the work to be a good player in the game of basketball. I remember those words, like they ring true today. Man, then while I got a chance to hold and I got a chance to have the opportunity, I had an opportunity to say thank you to Isaiah Thomas for inspiring me to become a successful basketball player, a high school and college Hall of Famer, and a business person too, because I really followed Isaiah Thomas' business acumen as well. A lot of people don't know Isaiah Thomas. If you go back to that interview, and I recommend you guys, go back to my post and check out that interview with Isaiah Thomas. This guy's an owner of many things. I remember Isaiah Thomas had Indiana Popcorn. He owned a popcorn company. Man, I remember Isaiah Thomas was he was the president of the Toronto Raptors with his first inception. I remember Isaiah Thomas nowadays, he's dealing with Mitchell and Ness. I recommend you guys go get the gear there. I'm gonna get my bad boy hat, definitely, because it has a number 11 on there too. I'm definitely roll with that. I'm definitely getting that. But Isaiah Thomas owns a champagne company. The bubbly that you see the players drinking, I think that's Isaiah Thomas's bubbly champagne business. So this guy has been, doing it on an entrepreneurial tip with just like his good friend Magic Johnson. So I called in and gave the opportunity. I had the opportunity to say thank you, to my idol, my basketball idol, who inspired me to be, what I eventually became to be in playing the sport of basketball. So Felicia says, Russ Williams, we share something common. My sorority number is number 11. That's right, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, spring of 92. That's true. You're right about that, Felicia. I remember you telling me that. Your line number is number 11. Again, I have some parallels too with the number 11. Okay, as you can see, I wore number 11 in college. Okay, scored 1,140 points. I lived on the 11th floor. My brother's 11 years older than me. Exit 11 on the Triborough, on the the third way? What's the third way? I forget. It's exit 11 to get on to Manhattan College. Exit 11. I kid you not. All these parallels with the number 11, just like you, Felicia. Yep. I didn't pledge in line. I didn't do that. I was part of my own sorority, own fraternity, part of my own fraternity. You know what that was, ladies and gentlemen? Me find me. That's what I did. Just kidding. But no, number 11, a lot of parallels, Felicia. Thank you for pointing that out. But, it was a great conversation, and I would have held on the line, for Sway in the morning for like 2 to 3 hours if I had to. I had to get that off. I had to let the person who I admire know how I feel about him. And it got me thinking about that question. And here's the question I propose to the group here, the Transition Army, the family here. Okay? Here's the question I propose to everybody out there. And this is what the question is. If you have the opportunity to meet the person you admire, okay, what would you two talk about, and who would that person be? Okay, again, I'll repeat the question. If you had an opportunity to meet the person you most admire, what would you two talk about, and who would that person who you admire, who would that person be for you? Okay, again, it was for me, it was Isaiah Thomas. I had the opportunity to chop it up with him. Even if it was that brief 2 minutes, man, that 2 minutes changed my life. Because again, his response, and I got a chance to throw him a transition question too, which was, how was he able to make the transition from a Hall of Fame basketball player, basketball superstar, to his endeavors in entrepreneurship? And his answer was great. His answer was just saying, it wasn't the smoothest, but it was a process in which, he dealt with people who were positive people who were in his corner. Because you never do things that you're successful in doing. You never do it by yourself. And he talked about surrounding himself with the right people, have the right breaks that come about him. That's what happened with Isaiah Thomas. And, I got a chance to ask him that question, especially for Transition Tuesday. I had to ask him that, me being a transition coach too. I had to ask him that. Had to get that off. So I really appreciate it. But I like to hear that from you guys. What is it for you guys? You had the opportunity to meet. You had an opportunity to meet that person, man, who you admire. It could be near or far. It could be a person, what would you two talk about? And who would that person be? For me, I would love to have a setting. Like if I was able to talk to Isaiah Thomas, that's one of my, people I love to meet. I'd love to be like maybe a lunch or a dinner. I would love to have that. That way, being like somewhat, informal, probably be a lot of, be a lot of fun just hanging out with somebody like that. Just doing that. And, and again, I would just like to love to, when you're in the company of people who you admire, me personally, I would like just to love to pick their brain. How did they become successful? Who is their support group? Things like that. These are the conversations I would have with the people I would admire. But want to know what would you say? And who would be that person? And those people, what you guys would talk about? So I'll let you guys ponder that. I'll get a little drink. Yeah. So now I'm curious to see those answers. So while you guys are pondering that, I want to transition to somebody special. And if you saw my post, my mom, Miss May, as she's affectionately known, my co-host here on Transition Tuesdays, she turns 90 years old. 90 years old tomorrow. My mom was born in July 5th, 1933. 1933. So let me tell you a little bit about my mom if you don't know too much about my mom. My mom, she was married to my dad who passed almost 10 years ago. Married to my dad for 60 plus years. My mom had 3 children. My oldest sister who passed before I was born, Doris. Wish I would have got a chance and opportunity to meet her, but I was unfortunate I wasn't able to. As you know, my brother, the king of Harlem, Ellis, who is 11 years older than me. There goes that 11, man. And myself. She raised us 3 along with my dad. We're from the projects, 60 West Projects, 104th at Columbus. Man, we're from that era, moved here to Queens. My mom was the backbone of everything, the heart and soul of every single thing. Every single thing. Man, my mom was she's a retired math teacher, and also she taught English as a second language at Bryan High School. My mom taught elementary school. Man, my mom's a mentor. Just one of those classy angels. So an angel was born July 5th, 1933. Man, and again, I want to do this for you guys, and I don't ask much from you guys. I really don't. I don't ask much for you guys. But here's what I would love to see happen, especially for my mom. In the comment bar, the comment section of this post here, I would love for you all just to put in happy 90th birthday, Miss May. And then that way I can show that to my mom, show that we got so much love for Miss May, celebrating with her 90th birthday. So again, if you guys could do that for me, I would greatly appreciate that. I really would. Felicia says, what a blessing, Russ. We love her so much. Absolutely, yes. My mom is that lovable person. She gives it to you straight. My mom always loves to laugh. You know what I mean? I think that's what keeps her so young. Her energy, her enthusiasm. She loves to laugh. And speaking of loving to laugh, we got Miss OD on the check-in from Lumberton, North Carolina. What's going on, Miss OD? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome. Oh, man. So, yeah. My mom is that person, man. Oh, and we got my guy, McClancy's finest, my guy Stephen on the check-in. What's going on, Stephen? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friend. I know that those wheels on the men. Please take care of yourself, Stephen. And again, thank you, sir, for putting happy 90th birthday, Mother May. I like Mother May even better. Put that in, Miss May, Mother May. Put that in there. I love it. I love it so much. Oh, man. Yeah, so my mom is that soul. My mom is the backbone, the matriarch of our family. She means so much to me. My mom has done so much for me, been that support system for me. Even at 90 years old, I tend to think we lift up each other, especially me coming back to New York, to care for my mom. Man, it's going to be a special day tomorrow for my mom, 90th birthday. Man, I tell you, man, just think about 1933, the year 1933. Man, I think the life expectancy for especially women in 1933, I think it was like 42 years old. 42. My mom has doubled that, almost tripled that. Man, incredible. So again, man, I'm really looking forward to celebrating my mom, her birthday. Oh, man, I know it's going to be a blast. Man. My man Steven says, good man, he says, started physical therapy yesterday. I can bend my knee fully now. Yes. Oh, that's good. Hey, Steven, that's good, man. My advice to you would be, because I'm a person who had total knee replacement on both knees at the same time, I'll give you some advice, Steven, everybody out there who's going through some knee problems and knee pains, doing your rehabilitation. Listen to everything your therapist says. Do it to the T. You do that, you'll be just fine. Just fine. Listen to your therapist. Exactly what they're telling you to do. The regimen of it might be tough at first, but when you get past and you get through it, and you're feeling good, and you're bending and you're doing all your stuff, listen to that therapist, because that therapist knows. So listen to that. That's my advice for me to you guys, okay? Especially you, Steven. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. So, yeah, man. Again, my mom celebrating her 90th birthday tomorrow, July 5th. Man, continue to put the comments, happy 90th birthday, Mother May or Miss May. I appreciate that, and I'm going to show that. I'm going to show that to my mom, tomorrow. That way we know and give her the love that she has deserved, being the matriarch of my family here. And, man, yeah, so I just wanted everybody to know that about my mom, her 90th birthday. Man, special times in which we live in, And again, if you have your parents, and here's another gift I will give to you guys. If you have your parents happen to be living, parents, brother, sister, what have you, hey, man, reach out to them people. Check on these people. Say you love them. Say that you love them, okay? Don't have to regret and say, you never, you didn't get a chance to do that. You know what I mean? Say that you love them. And if you're close to them, give them a big hug. Give them a big hug. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, if we were able to make you laugh, smile, and think during this broadcast, my good friends, you have accomplished something major today. So celebrate your victory. Celebrate your victory. I had the victory of meeting my basketball idol, Isaiah Thomas. I'm going to celebrate the victory of my mom, celebrate her 90th birthday. I'm going to celebrate that today, and I'm going to celebrate that tomorrow. So I want you to celebrate your victory, small or big. DJ, let's go. Here we go. Yes, yes. Ho, alrighty. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for you watching the show each and every Tuesday. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. Man, you can watch this show and our past episodes on our YouTube channel, Transition Tuesday. So make sure you like and subscribe before you leave the channel. Okay, please make sure you do that. If you haven't followed me, you can always follow me on Instagram at Russ Will Transitions. That's Russ Will Transitions with an S. If you follow me, you got my word, I follow you right back. That's the way it is. That's how we get down here, all right? Want to give a shout out to our corporate sponsor. Our corporate sponsor, Sweet Candy Cafe, located in downtown Lumberton, North Carolina. Okay? It's the home of Southern Sweetness. So after the show, we're almost done here. So after the show, I want you guys all to log on to sweetcandycafe.com to order your confectionery goodies. Your taste buds will thank you, and Miss Felicia will thank you as well. Okay? 10 years in business. They're doing something right. Make sure you get that right candy at sweetcandycafe.com. All right, let's get the check-in. Anybody else saying anything? My guy, Jason Curry on the check-in. What's going on, Jason? What's going on, man? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my man. Better late than never. I feel you, my brother. As Felicia says, here we go. Yes, yes, absolutely. Yep. As she put in the comment bar, sweetcandycafe.com. Get it from there. Please do. As she says, hashtag double digits, hashtag small business. That is sweetcandycafe.com. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, as we say in parting, happy transitioning, and we'll speak to you soon. Take care, everybody. God bless. Happy birthday, Ma. Love you.